he has made a prophecy that he will have a son in a very specific time, and he made a counter prophecy that within 3 years, all the work of Mirza Ghulam Ahmad of Qadian will be gone, and not even a single person will be talk about him, even in Qadian. Whereas he used to use a very abusive language against Holy Prophet Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. And he was keep on challenging him all the time. As Masih Maud alayhi salatu wasalam made his prayer to Allah that this person is talking in such an abusive language, show us a sign. Then sign was given to him that this person is going to die to the next day of Eid in 6 years' time. Only what he got to do to save himself 2 times a year on the day of Eid, whether it is Eid al-Adha or Eid al-Fitr. 12 times he has to save himself. That the only way the prophecy, they can say, went wrong, and it was not fulfilled. But he was killed by a assailant known to him but unknown to anybody else on the next day. And the Prophet ﷺ, after that he says that I'm very sad that the human being got killed. But on the other hand, this is the prophecy that whoever is going to raise his tongue against the Holy Prophet ﷺ, he will be, by the wrath of Allah, is going to be killed. But he pays a Burhan Muhammad at the time. जिसकी दुआ से आखिर लेखू मरा था कट कर, मातम पड़ा था घर घर, वो वीर जाई. This is the Mirza who made this prophecy, and the whole India, with the Hindus, the mourn on his death, and even up till now, they couldn't believe it, that why he was killed like that. Then the Holy Muhammad Sahib, to just talk about him as a Muslim, he was a good friend of the Prophet Islam. They used to chat with each other in Batala and Qadian. And in the very beginning, he said about Hazrat Masih Maud alayhi salatu wasalam, when he wrote the book Barahin Ahmadiyya, that nobody ever serviced Islam in the last 1300 years. Then the Prophet Messiah made the claim that God has sent me at this time to reform. On that day, he became his enemy. Hazrat Masih Maud alayhi salatu wasalam talked to him many times and called him many times, and the incident which was just shared about the ayat from the Holy Quran, they used to have chat with each other. Hazrat Masih Maud was firm on his faith, and the revelation gave to him. And he claimed that I raised the Mirza Ghulam Ahmad to such a high level. I am the big one. I am going to bring him down now. And what we see at this time after 120 years, where is Maulvi Muhammad Hussain Batawi? We do not even know his grave in Batawi. And all his mission about whatever he was thinking about the Prophet Islam destroyed. And the Prophet Islam has given victory after victory. Maulvi Sanaullah Amritsari, one of his strong enemies of Prophet Islam, he also had to challenge with him. Prophet Islam challenged him that about his life, that you will die in my lifetime. In fact, the Prophet Islam died in his lifetime. But people don't see that prophecy. When it was given to him, he said, I'm not that stupid to sign this your challenge. Then after Prophet Islam died, then he started claiming. And then he died, and not anybody knows that where he is buried at this time. died in 1938 in Surgoda, in a village, and nobody knows that where his grave is. Hazrat Masih Maud was the chosen one at this time. It was the second coming of Hazrat Muhammad Mustafa sallallahu alaihi wasallam. I was maybe 30 years ago. I was sitting with Sir Zafrullah Khan in London, and he was talking about this one. It was very strange for me. We used to say that he is the Messiah, he is the Mahdi. At that time, he shared that he is the second coming of the promised Holy Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. And he did mention one his revelation about the Prophet Messiah alayhi salam. Man farraka baini wa bain al-Mustafa fala tarafni bara. That whosoever differentiate between me and the Holy Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, he have not identified me correctly. I am fulfilling his second coming. And by the grace of Allah at this time, his second coming is manifested in East and West. Now he's gone to over 112 countries. He prophesied about you sitting over here. कि मेरी जिस्मानी और रूहानी औलाद तमाम मुल्कों में फैल गई. And we are his spiritual progeny. By sitting over here, we are the witness among those 300,000 signs. Every one of us are a sign of the Prophet Messiah alayhi salam. He migrated to this country and his wording are fulfilled. He made so many prophecies. I mean, there are countless. No doubt there are only some are mentioned in his book, and they are only in hundreds. But when he talked about the sign of 300,000, all these and all those people who died at the time when there was a plague in Punjab at that time, 1,000 people died. Each one of them who died was a sign from Allah Almighty. Against him, all the Ahmadis, they were saved. Prophet Masih alayhi salam told all the Ahmadis, you don't have to take a shot against plague. God has promised me, inni uhafizu kulla man fid dar, that whosoever is in this house and on your boat spiritually, they will be all saved. And at that time, the Ahmadis, at that time was burning those Muslims who died left and right in the villages of Punjab at that time. All those deaths, if you count them, they goes to million. So sometimes people claim the Prophet Messiah said he's shown 3 lakh nishan, 300,000. These are the other signs which are a part of that grand prophecy that he is going to show so many signs. We are lucky, alhamdulillah, that we have accepted the Imam of the age, and where the other one are still waiting and wondering about that Messiah and Mahdi. Unfortunately, as Imam Sahib told on the Friday, making the same mistake as humanity does. The time of the Isa alayhi salam, same thing. Looking, the guy who came according to their standard, not on the standard of spirituality. Muslims are still doing the same thing. The sign was mentioned about the Darul Qutni, about that special eclipse. It happened in front of them. And they were claiming that because this sign is not shown, we are not going to accept you. When this happened in their lifetime, they were again, because the people who don't believe, they are not going to believe. And the people of Makkah asked the Prophet Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, there is the moon cut into 2 pieces. Was that Shaktal Kamar? They saw it. They still don't believe it. So the signs are not for those who want to defeat that person. These are those who got a clean heart and willing to accept. Our duty as a Muslim community in Philadelphia now to take this message, because God has brought us here, and Prophet Messiah prophesied about us. It is a double responsibility on us now that we should do our best to convey to the message especially the new converts. It's more responsibility on them because they have so many people of the family around them. Convey them the message. Bring them to the mosque. Our friend, Pakistani, Indian, Bangladeshi, whatever the race we are. Bring them here. We should try to save as many we can. May Allah Almighty help us to do so. Jazakumullah for coming on this special day, on this special day Jalsa. May Allah bless you all. Now I request the Imam Sahib to close this meeting with a silent prayer. Then we will have the Zuhur and Asr prayer, and then we'll go downstairs for lunch. Jazakumullah.
And as you heard the announcement as well, Brother Ibrahim Usman Kurumasad, who and his wife were blessed with a daughter. Let's also keep them in our prayers. Let's welcome them and keep the child and the parents and all relatives in our prayers as well. Allah may accept their sacrifices and their prayers, and may that child grow up to be the delight of the eyes of our parents, inshallah. Please join me in salah. Amen. We'll pray at. Okay, so we'll pray at 2:15. So we have 5 minutes to get started.